Hello, friends. Okay, welcome back to the Lady's Choice. I just uploaded the first part. I think I should plug in my computer because games suck up your battery. Um, the, the audio is definitely way better. I don't know about the picture. The picture is, who knows. I think last time it might have been because I had to basically convert it, but that shouldn't, mess with it. But yeah, I'm probably gonna make shorter chapters only because I think that is better than just one long chapter, unless people want that. I don't know. We'll just sort of figure it out. But today, I don't think I'll be able to make a super long chapter. I might come back at night and after I'm going to dinner with somebody, so we're gonna like hang out, whatever, and then maybe make another part and then upload it. I'm usually not a video game channel. I should actually, but I like to try different things, and this I'm having fun with. So let's just continue with it. I need to plug in my computer real quick. Un momento. I'm so professional. Okay. We left off, we just met all the guys that you have, you get to choose from, like whether you want to date them or not. And we're gonna load our game. We're here, and Arabella, our friend, was like, why did you dance with this one guy? And okay, this is literally right where we left off. So excited. Okay. Rose, what could have possessed you to dance with him? I spun around in shock at Arabella's outburst. What on earth do you mean? Lord Stanton, of course. Who is... You were not even introduced? No, he's kind of a weird guy. And if you choose to date him, you kind of understand that he doesn't really open himself up to you right away. It kind of... You kind of are chipping at the shell that he's in, which I don't really blame him because of everything that people are saying about that guy. Let's go. I clasp her hands, trying to calm down her hysterics as I fear she may faint from shock. You truly dance with such a man without knowing him? I am sure there have been worse things done. Exactly. Rose is totally meanie. Like, I get it, girl. Get you. I would not say such things if you knew of him. That is Viscount Stanton of Braxbury. Huh? Lord Isaac Stanton. What's Viscount is... Huh? His family... Oh my gosh, I love that face. His family's name was once well respected until his father took up an affair with a local gambling house, and it would appear that passion runs in the family. There is apparently no fortune left. His presence at these events is purely due to his lineage, nothing more. Hey, like, if I was Stanton, I don't even know if I would even show up, you know? You should be more careful in future of associating with such company. I glanced to the crowd where the man had disappeared, suddenly understanding our conversation during the dance a little more. Well, yeah, he's kind of mysterious, that's what I like about him. A few hours later, and the crowds began to disperse, I am more than happy to return home and into the comfort of my bed, my body and mind fatigued from the evening. Girl, too much. Our friend ditched us, and everything. And Stanton was weird, and she's like yelling at us. She ditched us to go be with some guy, and some colonel, and then obviously... my laptop fan came on, but obviously we had to deal with the whole like her yelling at us. Jeez. And the old lady was annoying too. She was calling us old, and the girl is the oldest one in the room. Like, check yourself, lady. I have no problem clocking anybody in this video game. The next morning, I find Arabella in the drawing room after breakfast, eagerly tearing open a pile of letters. So many letters already? I give a small laugh as I take the seat opposite her. She glances up, a serious expression on her features. That's a weird way of saying face. This is no laughing matter, Rose. These are invites. It is today we make our most important decision of the season. Why is season capitalized? That's strange. I've never known season to be capitalized. I've known come on, that's weird. What would that be? Whose company we will be spending the season with, of course. It would be impossible to split our time between everyone in town, so we must decide who will receive our interests. I see. She gives a bright smile and leans close to me, placing her hands on my knees. Seeing as it is your first year back, why do you not choose the engagement? Are you certain? I would have it no other way. She leans back and spreads out 3 letters in front of me. Each invite is elegantly written and well presented. Arabella points to the first one. This is an invite to an afternoon tea later today. Though I believe Lord Stanton will be in attendance at this one, so maybe it would be wiser to avoid it. The worry on her face disappears in favor of a grin as she gestures to the next letter. This letter to dinner party this evening hosted by Lady Oh God, no! I do not want to spend more time with her. Of the military being in town. Which guy is going to be there? Colonel Foxley will be there along with that captain friend of his. I think that was Captain Blake. Yes, him. Such the final invite. This is to a... This was to say picnic? Hosted by the... Oh, no! She pouts a little in thought. They're not the most known family, though they do always bring the most delightful spread of food, so the event is quite popular. At least they have that going for them. They got a nice spread, you know? A few families always attend, the Fishers, the Sterlings, the Amesburys, if they're in town. Oh gosh, what was the first guy we met? Amesbury? And then it was Guy Blake? And Mr. Amesbury, she gives a nod. Yes, I believe it is the only son in town this year. Is it not? She waves away the thought and dismissal before I can respond and spreads the letter out further on the table. So would you like to attend? I'm trying to remember. Captain Blake was the really insecure one, right? Like, he was very shy. I think we'll get to him eventually, but was it Mr. Hold on. Was it Mr. Amesbury? I should have done, like, a recap. Last time on the ladies' choice. Amesbury was the dirty blonde, even though I'm more blonde than he is, and my hair is darkened over the years. Wasn't Blake the really insecure one? I think so. But he was kind of sweet because we were just standing off to the side, right? Amesbury. Lord Lawrence Amesbury. Let's see, I'm kind of reading about, there's different endings, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that. It's kind of, I guess you can either just, like, cut it off and say, I don't want to be with you or what, but, I have to play Stanton later on because his was very interesting. He's the outcast. He was the first one I chose because I felt like he was the best. We're gonna try Amesbury because he's probably the second best in my eyes. I think the picnic sounds wonderful. And also we don't have to suffer through another event with that old lady, Huntington. Gosh, she's horrible. Like, why would you... I don't know, but I guess if you really wanna, you know, date that guy. Literally guy. And you would be correct. I went the year before last and enjoyed every moment. Well, it seems I have made a good first choice this season. What season even is it? Summer? Like, she gives a gentle laugh, leaning forward to rest a comforting hand on my leg. Do not worry, Star Rose, you shall do wonderfully. And even if you should not, I shall be right beside you no matter the outcome. So this episode, I think I'm just going to cover the first date. And, you know, the first event with our lover. If you guys have seen that sketch from Saturday Night Live with Will Ferrell and Rachel Dratch, where they are at the Wellesley Arms. So, do you have a lover? It's creepy, but I think it's hilarious. I give a smile of gratitude, glad to have such a friend to get me through whatever is to come. And she also ditches you. Miss Smythe. The afternoon, we don our coats and hats and head towards the park where the picnic is being held. So this part is new to me. I've never been to this thing. I've only done the stuff with Stanton, so this is all new. At least the weather held for this evening. After greeting our host, Arabella quickly shuffles me over to one of the quieter areas. People have gathered in groups, chattering away and passing glances over anyone nearby in barely concealed inspection. I am not spared their looks, most of the crowd obviously uncertain of my identity. Well, they'll figure out who you are. We lookin' dynamite. Do we turn away from them? Do we smile and bow head? Tell them, nah, I don't think we should even tell people, strangers, our name. Are we trying to make friends? That's the question. We have one, even though she's a bit, weird at times, but it's okay. I'm just gonna smile and bow my head, just sort of acknowledge the presence. I merely smile and tip my head in their direction. There is no harm in giving a good impression, even if they do not know yet who I am. Arabella had managed to find a spot on the picnic blanket, and this is just about to sit when a slightly familiar voice calls to us. Lady Ashburn! We both glance to one side to see the source of cheerful call. Ooh, he is like everywhere. Wherever we go. Literally, everywhere we go. Sometimes I'll sing because it reminds me of a song. Arabella's surprise quickly vanishes into a... She should forget about the other guy because she loves her some Foxley. Look at that little... What is that? I don't know, a cape, a cloak? A cloak? Does he have, like, only part of his body is chilled? Slight chill. They always wear the same exact clothing. Pretty much. Well, Colonel Foxley, I did not expect to see you here. I had heard word that military was to leave Bath. Sorry, I love that it's called Bath. Like, that's too good. It's probably Bath, though. That is correct, though some of the officers have remained behind. We have been lacking in good society for too long. He gives a laugh that resonates around us. So you'll be staying the whole season? I cannot help but smile further at the woman's barely contained enthusiasm. Indeed I shall be. That is most wonderful to hear, Colonel. His gaze flicks to me. What? What a word. As though only now realizing I am there too. Ah, Miss Smythe, was it? Call me Rose. I hope she says call me Rose. That's cool. Foxley, you can call me Rose. I don't know, I forget your first name. I give a nod, and he gives a small bow. How lucky I am to have stumbled upon you both. The company of my fellow officers would feel stale compared to yours. You're probably sick of each other by now. Right? Then I hope you will join us. She gestures to the picnic blanket, barely big enough to seat two people. I'm going to have to be kicked out again. I'm the freaking third wheel. Our man better show up. I would not wish to intrude, Lady Ashburn. Nonsense. She steps closer, lacing her arm into his. And did I not tell you to call me Arabella? His blush. Look at, he's blushing. And I shake my head at the pair as we sit and attempt to share the small blanket. Alright. I'm just bored. I'm actually, this is kind of, before I continue, I'm interested in seeing how much I like this Larry Bear. And yes, his name is Lawrence Amesbury, so I'm going to call him Larry Bear, because Lawrence with a U, which you don't really see a lot. You see a lot of W's, which is like the, I don't know, the classic way, but, you know, you see it with a you every now and then. I'm kind of curious if I'll like him more than Stanton. I'll update you on that for sure. Half forgotten, so she's basically half forgotten by the entrance pair. Well, yeah, you're the third wheel. Why don't you just like take a walk in this beautiful enchanted forest or whatever we're at? I give the excuse of needing to stretch my legs. I leave Arabella and the Colonel to as much privacy as they can manage among so many others milling in the park. I hope she's not leading on the other guy in like letters or something, because that's not cool, Arabella, if you're doing that. Not cool at all. A bird song, you hear bird song, whatever. That's a cool bridge. It's really pretty. The gentle piece of it tempts me further away from the picnic, and I only come to a halt when I find someone blocking the bridge ahead. Get out of my way! He has his back to me, and he seems too distracted with staring at the waters of the pond below to notice I'm here. Well, everybody just doesn't want to hang out with Rose Smythe, even though she's the coolest country chick ever. I assume he's with the picnic party as he is without his coat and hat. Ooh, maybe it's maybe it's someone else. Sorry. You could say, "I'm sorry to disturb you, sir. You are blocking the path. Move your ass." Looking to escape the picnic too? You seem disturbed, but I would like to pass. What if he's like violent? Sir, you're blocking the path. Like, I wanna go. Looking to escape the picnic too. I'm gonna say looking to escape the picnic too. It's probably our guy, but it could not be. I take a step closer, though he still doesn't notice me. Were you also looking for an escape from the picnic? The man's head flicks around and faces me as I speak, and my eyes widen in recognition. Yep, it's him. It's Larry Bear! Mr. Ames Burr. I'm probably not saying that right. Miss Smythe! He likes me. We stand for a moment in surprised silence before he gives a chuckle. Ooh, that smile. He looks like he's in One Direction. For sure. Or, rest in peace, One Direction is not together anymore. I don't really care, but, you know, sad, whatever. I apologize, I did not mean to act as a barricade across the bridge. Yeah, you are hogging my view of the pond. I was trying to escape. Go across the bridge and escape from this thing. You certainly seem quite lost to your thoughts. Yes, well, these kind of gatherings tend to bring up certain topics I have long avoided. Same. Especially nowadays, it don't get better in modern days. People talk about crap. You go to school, people talk about crap, and you're like, I do not want to talk about this today, or ever, and everything. Anyways, he smiles, and I step closer towards him and the bridge. Don't jump. Sorry. That was dark. And what topics would those be? Oh, the usual conversations. Relations I have not seen since childhood. My sister's vastly superior accomplishments. My lack of regard for society. He glances at me to gauge my reaction at his overly honest statement, so I keep a smile settled on my expression. Have you also been bombarded by the same talk? It seems I was much luckier than you in the company at this event, Mr. Amesbury, Larry Bear. Yet, still here you are, away from the crowds. Maybe instead you feared being interrogated on, according to my elders, the only topic worth mentioning. This time I do purse my lips in confusion. Marriage. Ugh. You don't need to be married to be happy. This is me preaching for a moment. Just saying. There are plenty of happy single people and everything. His tone of voice dulls, and I notice his shoulders shrug in a silent sigh. When I was little, I couldn't say shoulder. I'd say soldier. You know, like a war hero. So he shrugs. Marriage is not of interest to you? His brow quirks into an arch before his lips thin in thought. I wouldn't say that. He shifts around the rest against the stone railing of the bridge. I am just not interested in having my future partner picked out for me based on title or wealth. Preach, Larry, preach. I do not wish to marry for convenience, but for love, for passion. Preach. Look at the passionate face on it. He's like, I wish to marry for love and passion. Well, here I am. I'm Rose, Love and Passion Smythe. Nice to meet you. My hope for this life is to meet someone, have an instant, he's going to say connection or something. His brow arches in thought, and I can see he's searching for a word to fit the end of his sentence. Ooh, an instant connection, an instant reaction. Wait for him to continue. Why would I feel like I'm forcing it upon him? I would say a connection? Connection? He spins to face me, his face lighting into a bright smile. See, I like how it has, like, your option to say when you, like, just said it yourself. That's cool. You're a much better wordsmith than I am, Miss Smythe. Runs in my family. But yes, that is exactly it. How fortuitous that we should have had the same thought. We're connected. I would dare to say we have had a connection of minds, have we not? Yes. His gaze holds mine, his deep brown eyes, much more amber in color than I had realized before. I turn away slightly as the heat settles on my cheeks from the continued gaze. You are a romantic, Mr. Amesbury. I am thankful for the cool breeze which helps settle my blush. I would like to believe so, yes, but this world is no place for romantics. Dang, this like got to some Shakespeare crap right now. Shakespeare. Should I bring up Shakespeare when it's just like based off of Jane Austen? I'm sorry. I don't mean to insult any Jane Austen fans, but Shakespeare is everywhere. He is. He's the reason why we have a lot of different movies. West Side Story, that's Romeo and Juliet. Forbidden love. His smile fades, his lips tightening, and his brow furrowing. Wow. My father has pressed upon me the need to settle. If I do not find a wife by my own means this season, then he has already chosen one for me. Oh no! Can you just not just refuse? Exactly! Sorry, that was loud. He offers me a small smile, though it seems sad. You are lucky to even be able to have such a thought, Miss Smythe. I envy you the family you must have. Yeah, we're independent. Should I refuse, my father will disinherit me. Oh, he wants the money. Dang, that's hard. His smile and laugh returned. Does he not get paid to be a soldier? He must. And I admit freely that I do not wish that at all. I cannot help but avert my gaze at his words. She's kind of blushing. She's red. I've never known anyone save Arabella, who I have treasured as a sister for years, talk so openly of their private affairs before. We just met yesterday. Last night. Mr. Amesbury seems to notice my uncertainty, a teasing smile playing at the corner of his full lips. She's noticing his lips. She wants to talk about his lips. She wants to kiss his lips. Look at the handsome fella. Anyways, have I shocked you with my intrigues, Miss Smythe? I'm only pleased that you feel you can speak so openly to me. That is true. It would take more than that to shock me. If you know what I mean. Maybe I should shock you with my own. Ooh, you are indeed rather bold. Hold on 1 second. Where is my... Can I even go full screen on this thing? Is it working? I thought there was like... Oh, I can't save right now. I am only pleased. That is pretty cool. Maybe she should be like, I can be shocking too. Should we do that? So he's not feeling like, I do like that he can speak openly, because some people, they just, open up, and you're like, I only knew you for 2 seconds, dude. Maybe I should shock him. Maybe I should shock him my own, Mr. Amesbury, so as though we are on equal footing. Let me just save, just in case I say something that he don't like. We'll save right up here. Let's save that crap. Okay. Let's return. He gives a genuine laugh and steps forward. Such a tempting statement, one I may call upon you to uphold. Before I have a chance to blush once more, he thankfully offers me his arm. Shall we head back? I curl my head around his arm, and he gives a bright smile before we head back towards the picnic. So, my question is it okay if I marry him? Because I think I'm wealthy. I just was gone for so long. I'm kind of like an outcast, but would his dad be pissed? Angry? I don't know. Heading back to the park, the piece of the bridge is quickly broken by the chatter of... Oh, I thought I read that the bridge... I thought the bridge broke, and I was like, wait, I have to read that again. then all of a sudden it turns into like, save me, Larry, save me, Mr. Amesbury. Ugh. Wait, I should turn that on. Sorry, that's a fan. Back to the chatter. As soon as we are surrounded by people, I feel Miss Amesbury tense beside me. I do despise what society's rules do to people, right? You have not yet spoken to anyone. How can you have such a dislike? I'm versed enough in the practice, and yet you're here in town participating with everyone. I did not come for the society of these people. I was supposed to be joined this year by my good friend, but he was held back in the country. My friend is the reason I am here this well. Oh, he values friends. Good. She hoped I would help her through a possible engagement. Oh yes, I saw you both arrive. Cranes his head slightly, spying Arabella through the crowd. For a range engagement, I must say they look happy enough. That is, in fact, Colonel Foxley, not her intended. But she prefers him. Really? He leans closer and hushes his voice. Well, I certainly feel that for her betrothed, seems like he doesn't have much chance against Colonel in her eyes. Ye be correct. We both laugh, though I also give a nod of agreement. Arabella and the Colonel certainly look close enough to give the suggestion of intentions towards each other, even if they might not realize it. So he's smiling at me. I must say, Miss Smythe, if I am ever to suffer through the seasons this year, I'm almost glad I found a potential ally in you. I would hope to be a friend, not a potential ally, a certain one. And who says I am not a spy? I must agree. I'm going to say a certain one. A certain one. Your assuredness puts all my other friends to shame. Well, we're kind of amazing. Team Smythe. Laughter envelops us once again till the sound settles, and I am suddenly uncertain if it's his gaze or the heat of the sun that is making my breath catch. As I dare to meet his eye, I am hit with the realization that I am most pleased to have stumbled upon Mr. Amesbury when I did. Ooh. Glass is starting to break. Our focus... Ooh. Ah! Lord Steer, a plump man with a red face, is baring his teeth at Mr. Randall, who is himself looking just as crimson with fury. That cane belongs to me. Are we fighting over a cane? Are we drunk, Lord Steer? You need to be steered straight. The road to recovery. How dare you? Do you know just who you are throwing such accusations at? A pompous prig who steals the property of his betters, that's who. Oh my, you regret even thinking such slurs. Oh yeah, that was a slur, alright. I am... Ooh. The defendant can like a sword, though luckily the surrounding servants step in before anything more than cutting words can be dealt. What on earth could have that been about? Ooh. I believe I've had the pleasure. Of course, I do apologize. Mr. Amesbury, may I introduce my dear friend, Lady Arabella Ashburn. Pretty soon, Foxley. She dips into a small curtsy, and he bows in return. And this is Colonel Foxley. I believe you already have acquaintance. We grew up in the same county as children. Ernest Foxley? The two men laugh, and Amesbury steps forward to clasp Foxley arm in genuine way. You have done well, Foxley. Last time I saw you, you were struggling to keep up with your brother. Yes, well, I killed him. I'm joking. He's like, I killed my brother. I doubt you have much trouble in doing so nowadays, eh? My brother is with the clergy now. A good man, then. We are most proud of him, yes. Though I do believe many of the girls from our county will be lamenting his absence. Oh yeah, you can't be with any girls, right? If you're in the clergy. Dang. So basically, Lord Steer protesting. Oh, he didn't want Randall there at all. I've never seen Lord Steele so riled. He barely shows emotion enough to convince his wife he still lives. It is the doing of the society swindler. An ember of the interest flares within me, and I turn my full attention on the Colonel as he continues. He's been plaguing our streets since before the beginning of the season. Who is he? No one yet knows, though many are on the hunt for him. What is he doing exactly? He cussed men and women in the streets at dark, demanding payment for safe passage. What horror to think of such a thing happening! Indeed, it is most troubling. I was not expecting this to be a longer video. We'll wrap it up soon. Though, thankfully, there has been no sign of violence from the man, and it is the most confounding for whatever he steals from his victims, he simply ends up returning. He returns it? Not to the original owner. It would seem he sends it to someone else. There have been many confrontations this season so far. One person accuses the other of owning something of theirs. Oh, jeez. And of course, instead of the person simply returning the object to the rightful owner, they refute it and suddenly demand that it belongs to them. But why? Because they're too proud to admit otherwise. Well, this whole thing is most unusual. Yep. I like how the music just stopped. Yep. But highly entertaining. I cannot remember the last time society held such interest. You only say such because the swindler has not yet bothered you. If he does, we'll just kick his ass. Or her ass, whatever. Very true, I'm certain I would soon change my view should he prey upon me. I noticed his gaze slide my way, and I smiled beneath his attention before being pulled from it by Arabella speaking. That is enough of such talk. We're here to delight in good company, and that is what we shall do. Then may I suggest we move on to one of the blankets and continue... Ooh, the blanket. Yes. Continue with lighter topics there. The idea is well received. We all move to sit in a comfortable location. Ooh. So basically, I guess we're just, like, going home. I'm gonna end this part here. So, things are going down. We have Larry. He seems pretty cool. And I dig it. We'll save right here. And just blackness. I'm just gonna delete these ones. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to actually be social tonight, so I will see you guys in the next video. I might make a video when I come back, so this was a little bit shorter of an episode. I will see you later. Bye-bye.